And if you look really close right here, you can see a maple leaf. Hey guys, it's Bean
and Potato.
and today we're going to go over the teaser for season 4 at the end of last season's credits.
We're also going to look into our wants for this coming season, our predictions for this coming season, such as deaths, life after the war, and of course, love.
So without further ado, let's get into the teaser. We're going to start by looking at this shot here where we see a lake with some kind of mountain in the background. And at first I thought this was Armin's book that he showed Eren, with the ocean and the sand, etc. But I highly suspect that this is Reiner's hometown because of the lake and mountain footage shown in the flashback when he was talking to Eren.
In this shot, we see what seems to be a scout, specifically Hans, judging by the hair, firing a gun. Haven't really seen this specific shot before, so I'm guessing that the scouts are going to be bringing guns to the fight, even though the Marlians probably have bigger guns.
Without much context from the latest trailer, we didn't know much what to think about these shots, but we suspect there may be a relationship between the warriors training with the children soldiers that we saw close-ups for and these shots here.
This last shot here is one of the most interesting to me. We see the people who were in the trenches now aiming guns at other people. I really feel like this is the last step to become a warrior, to be chosen to become a warrior. It's going to be Eldians taking out other Eldians to prove their loyalty to the mainland.
Here we can see the kids lined up in some kind of academy setting, and I really think that we got a shot of this academy from the outside in the trailer. You can see here. Other than that, I think that there's some kind of propaganda that, this is where the indoctrination starts as children.
The screen is focused on one child who seems to be answering while the others are kind of there, really stoic. They look numb. They look like they've seen some things, they've heard some things. So I agree. I think it has to do with this propaganda and what they're being told about who they are and their ancestors are. And it's got to be really hard on these kids.
Okay, in these next shots here, we see a child getting crushed by a boulder and some parents grieving over that child. And this was really a hard shot to try to make some kind of sense of it. That hairline does not look familiar at all. They seem to almost be in sham clothing, so I suspect they may be Eldians. I think that this might be some of the Marlins showing hate to the Eldians, similar to Grisha's sister. And if you notice, you can see Eren continuously getting mad and showing a frown, and especially after that scene with the child. So I think that this kind of reflects, reach alert by the way, his anger is shifting from the Titans to the whole entire nation of Marley and everyone over there. Alright, so now for the last parts of this teaser. We didn't mention any of the old content that we've seen before, such as the image of Armin's book and the planes and the boat and at sea. But overall, I really think that we're going to see a parallel between what we've seen on the island and what's happening on the mainland. Let me explain. So we see guns being shot by soldiers, and then we see the squad that we're familiar from season 1 shooting at the Titans. Then we see explosions on the battlefield, then we see the explosions of the wall coming down. So with that, I'm thinking that there's going to be a parallel, just like what we've seen on the island, but on the mainland from their point of view.
All right, now we're going to get into our wants and predictions for the final season.
We're going to start out by talking about some heavy stuff that the anime's been known for, death. And I want to start out by saying the number one main character, Eren. We believe he's going to die. We'll talk about more why later, but briefly I'll just say that with the narration of the anime from the very beginning, it's always been Armin or Hanj talking about the story, never Eren. And the second death we think is going to happen is Levi, just based on the last trailer that was released for season 4. Not much else we can say about that.
All right, now let's talk about Annie. I really think they're gonna do us so dirty with Annie. I think we're gonna see, I don't know, I just have this sense that she's gonna try fighting so hard because they've shown us so many clips of her family, and obviously Annie's so cold-hearted. The fact that anything is within that cold heart must mean something. So I think that she's going to be fighting for the Marleyans against the Eldians and the Scouts, and she's gonna fail or almost fail, and they're gonna just tell her like her family's been dead, or they killed her family, something ugly.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's gonna make Annie fight with the Scouts. I think Annie's just gonna like cut her losses, walk away, and we're not gonna hear anything about it. We're not gonna know anything about it. She's just gonna disappear. I really think that's where Annie's gonna go.
All right, we're gonna go to the next section.
Make love, not war. Let's start off with my favorite, Sasha and Connie. I'm not even gonna go there because if I go there, I'll just annoy everybody here, and I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna say this. If I don't get some lame spinoff of Sasha and Connie's life after the war, or whatever we're about to experience here with their 29 babies, and I'm the only one that watches it every day, I'm gonna give this entire anime a 1 on Mao. And I will make multiple accounts to give it a 1.
Oh my! Check out this quick montage. Our next power couple is Armin and Mikasa. What? Look at this cute, hot, spicy beach scene over here.
The only thing I am worried about is getting a boner.
And look at how they smile with one another. I've never seen Mikasa smile like that. And when you look at the dynamics between their 3 friends, Eren protects Armin from the bullies, and then Mikasa protects Eren from harm. But then who protects Mikasa? Armin.
Armin be protecting Mikasa for booty. And that's Captain Armin.
Oh.
Now, he's grown. Whoa!
So can you tell us why you don't think it's supposed to be Mikasa and Eren?
They fooled us. They wanted us to think it was going to be Mikasa and Eren. But Mikasa just gives off those mom vibes. I think she's just holding on to the promise that she made to Eren's mom. Well, Eren's mom requested that she protect Eren, and I think that's all Mikasa's really trying to do here.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a burden to her, honestly. We saw that in the previous season when they were jailed up, and she didn't even eat because she was like so worried about Eren. I'm sorry, but I would eat. If you were like that, I would eat, but if it was my child, I don't know if I could eat,
Yeah.
So,
and we've watched the seasons multiple times, and it just seems more and more like dialogue of a mom to a kid. But I will say, remember that one scene where she kind of showed some love towards him? I mean, if I ever did that to you and just got up like that.
what?
Next up we have Armin and Eren.
Wait. You think that...
Well, okay, hear me out. Have you seen the way Armin looks at Eren and the way he cries his name out? Man, that's beautiful. Now we have the real love interest, Eren and Historia. Let me tell you why we think that this is a possibility if there's a spark there. And there's only been 2 or 3 scenes with both of them alone with one another. And in that scene alone, there's been some chemistry, there's been some hints, you can see them here, and it's not very common that you see that. What's the real reason you think that they're gonna end up?
So I think it has to do with the parallels between Grisha and Dina and now Eren and Historia. I really think that we're going to see in this anime that history constantly sets itself up to repeat. But I know that there's some distinct differences between Grisha and Eren.
Well, and then you also think about that same scene where they're talking and Mikasa comes up at the end. But she's not actually mad at them being together. Yes, they do look guilty AF. Mikasa is concerned about Eren's well-being. The whole mom thing, she is generally concerned about Eren hurting his back, picking up all these sticks because of what just happened previously in that part of the anime. So
also, if Mikasa had a problem with his story, she would have laid her out right there. Get into the Ackerman. Boom.
Look at who Harry Potter got with.
You're a wizard, Harry.
On to the next section, we have the truth. So in season 4, we know, I'm almost guaranteed that we're going to look and see what the truth is. And I really think that Eren is going to see himself. I know he doesn't have that power yet, but I think that's why a lot of the royal family has been docile in terms of being attacked by Titans, because they're waiting for Eren. And even with Eren Kruger, the owl, he even said, protect Mikasa and Armin. No mention of Eren. The mission of the Attack Titan is to move forward, and I think it comes to this point of waiting for Eren. Also, when we mentioned his death earlier, I think that a part of that is going to come from him reversing the curse and just really resetting everything, maybe getting rid of the Titan ability, but at the price of his life. That's what I think is going to happen to the truth and Eren.
I think Eren's just going to see the whole world end. I think he's just going to see, well, everybody died. Guess I should just go help. I think that's going to be the truth, because I think that's why the royal family hasn't acted, because it's like, well, everybody's just going to be dead anyway, so might as well be kind of happy.
And come to think of it, Eren even saw parts of his future in the past on the first episode with those visions. Kind of like, what was that show called?
Yep, that's me.
Let's talk about the new Titans in the new season. Now, this guy is actually supposed to be Eren with... He's supposed to be Eren with the green eyes and the black hair, or brown hair, I mean.
Those are his abs.
Yeah, his abs. But I really would be upset if it was like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where, you know, we're stronger than this guy and we're gonna have a new, you know...
This card is useless. But how will you deal with this?
And my faith rewards me with the fierce knight with a destructive power of 2,300.
I would really hate that, especially with the writers, that what they've done so far has been amazing. From the very beginning until the end, they've seen it all the way through. It's great.
We don't want to see Attack on Titan turn out to be like Death Note, where it was so strong in the first few seasons, and then they gave us Mello and Nier. Nobody asked for that. L could have finished this off. I would just hate to see it happen. Next up, we want to know what's with these big O animals.
Actually, we're going to talk about that in our intro and outro video coming later. Our last section is what we think will happen to the Marlins.
I think that everyone, and I mean everyone,
And the squatters? As good as...
dead. You know, the Marlians have just used the Eldians for so long, and they've just done some awful things to them. I can't see them living beyond the end of the series. Yeah, I think just wipe them out completely. I also think that the Eldians might convince the Marlians with the truth, convince them that what's going on is wrong, and they'll all overthrow the Marlians in power, and maybe they'll live happily ever after. But
at least with the help of Eren, it could be possible they could do that. I think that their plan, the bad guys, the bad Marlins, whatever you want to call them, I think that they're trying to make Titans without using Eldians. So I think that the mutations with like Connie's village and some of the Titans from season 2, not season 1, because we know where those guys came from. Alright, that concludes our video. Thank you so much for your time. Go ahead and like the video, dislike it if you didn't, maybe it didn't float your boat. And while you're here, subscribe to be entered into our giveaway. More info
in our channel description video. Go ahead and check that one out.
And Bean and Potato,
signing out.